Alex wiped the sweat from his forehead and leaned back, looking at the rows of machines and tools in his small workshop. The smell of oil and metal hung in the air. He had been working for hours on a damaged hover drone from the colony's defense team, and it was almost ready. Life on this distant planet was not easy. Humans were few here, and everyone had to work hard to survive. Alex liked being an engineer. He loved solving problems, fixing machines, and making things work better. It gave him a sense of pride. But today he did not know his work was about to bring someone extraordinary into his life. The workshop door opened with a hiss. Alex looked up, expecting a delivery worker or one of the colony's soldiers. Instead, he saw her. She was young, taller than most humans, with a lithe and strong body that showed she was trained in combat. Her skin had a soft golden tone, and her hair, a deep silver, flowed over her shoulders. What caught Alex's attention first, though, was her armor. It was unlike anything he had seen. Sharp lines, layered plates, and strange energy conduits ran along the surface. But it was broken. Deep scratches and dents marred the chest plate and shoulder guards, and the gauntlets were cracked. The young warrior stepped inside carefully, her boots making soft clicks on the metal floor. She did not speak at first. She just looked at the machines around her and then at Alex, her eyes calm but intense. Alex cleared his throat nervously. Hello. Can I help you with something?" She finally spoke in a low, clear voice. "My armor is damaged. I need it fixed quickly." Alex was taken aback by the authority in her voice. He nodded, trying to hide his curiosity. "Of course. Let me see it." The warrior removed her gauntlets and placed the broken armor pieces on his workbench. Alex studied them carefully. The craftsmanship was incredible. The metal was lightweight but seemed unbreakable, and the design was far beyond anything humans had created. Yet the damage was extensive, and repairing it would not be easy. "This is advanced," Alex said honestly. "Where did you get this armor?" She did not answer. Instead, she watched him closely, as if judging his skill. Alex felt a shiver run down his spine. There was something about her, something different from anyone he had met. "Don't worry," he said, trying to sound confident. "I'll fix it. I've repaired some pretty complex machines before. This will be tough, but I can handle it." The warrior gave a slight nod, her expression unreadable. She remained standing as Alex began to examine each piece, taking measurements, inspecting the damage, and planning how he would repair it. Every now and then she adjusted her stance, her movements precise and disciplined. Alex realized she was no ordinary visitor. She was trained for combat, probably a soldier, but there was more to her than just training. As he worked, Alex asked simple questions. "Were you attacked?" She nodded briefly. "Raiders. We were ambushed. My team, they didn't survive." Alex felt a pang of sympathy. Even on a distant colony, violence touched everyone. He did not ask more. She was not one to speak about losses easily. Instead, he focused on the armor. Hours passed. Sparks flew as he welded small cracks, replaced broken energy conduits, and polished the metal until it shone like new. The armor was intricate, almost alive in its design, and Alex marveled at how the pieces connected seamlessly. It was not just protection, it was art, and it had a purpose beyond defense. During the repair, he noticed the warrior occasionally observing him. Her gaze was sharp, almost analyzing. He could feel the unspoken challenge. Could a human truly restore her armor to its original strength? Alex worked carefully. Mistakes could be dangerous. If a plate was not aligned perfectly, or if a conduit was connected incorrectly, it could fail in combat. He double-checked every connection, tested the joints, and made small adjustments that improved flexibility without reducing protection. Finally, after hours of effort, Alex stepped back. Sweat dripped from his forehead. The armor gleamed under the workshop lights, flawless as if it had never been damaged. He felt a quiet pride. "Done," he said softly. The warrior approached and ran a hand over the chest plate. She did not smile, but there was a subtle change in her posture. Approval. Alex felt relief. "Thank you," she said. Her voice was calm but carried weight. "Few could fix this." Alex nodded, unsure how to respond. It was an honor," he said. He realized he had been holding his breath without noticing. She remained silent for a moment, then picked up her armor pieces and began to put them back on. The sound of plates clicking into place was sharp and mechanical, but somehow elegant. Alex could see the way the armor fit her perfectly, as if it were made for her alone. When she was fully suited, she turned to him. "You have skill," she said. "More than I expected." Alex felt his cheeks warm. Compliments from someone so extraordinary were rare. "Thanks," he said simply. The warrior moved toward the door. She paused and looked back at him. "I will return if I need more work." "Your hands, they are precise." Then she was gone, leaving Alex staring at the empty doorway. The sound of the workshop, the hum of machines, and the faint smell of oil filled the silence. He rubbed his eyes, wondering if he had imagined the whole encounter. But when he touched one of the tools she had used, he knew it had been real. For days, Alex could not stop thinking about the warrior. Who was she? Why had she come alone? And why had she trusted him with armor that seemed almost sacred? He returned to his work, but his mind wandered back to her silver hair, golden skin, and sharp, intelligent eyes. Then the rumors started. Among the colonists, whispers spread of a mysterious young warrior visiting the workshops, asking for repairs to impossible armor. Some said she was from a royal family. Others said she was a scout sent to evaluate defenses. Alex did not know what to believe. He only knew that when she returned, it would not be just another customer visit. A week later, he was repairing a small drone when the door hissed open again. He looked up, expecting a delivery, but it was her. Fully armored again, though this time she carried a small ceremonial shield damaged at the edge. "You are skilled," she said. "I need this repaired." Alex carefully took the shield, examining the damage. The metal was lighter than steel but stronger, and faint markings glowed faintly along its surface. He realized the markings were not just decoration. They contained information about energy flows and defenses. This will take time," Alex said. She nodded. "I have patience." As Alex worked, he noticed her observing everything with interest. He explained some of his methods, showing how he tested stress points, replaced conduits, and polished surfaces. She listened, asking questions not about the mechanics, but about why humans approached problems differently than her people. Alex smiled. "Humans, we like to experiment. Try one solution, then another. We adapt," she nodded slowly. "Adaptation. An interesting approach." Hours passed again, and the shield was repaired. Alex felt pride, but also exhaustion. The warrior looked at the shield, then at him. For the first time, she smiled faintly. It was not a wide smile, but enough to warm Alex's heart. "You understand this better than most," she said. "Few would take the care you did." Alex shrugged. "I just do my best." She turned to leave. "You may not know who I am," she said softly, "but one day it will matter. Remember your work, human." Alex watched her leave again, more curious than ever. Who was she? Why had she trusted him? And why did he feel in some strange way that his life had changed forever because of a simple repair job? That night, as Alex cleaned his tools, he could not stop thinking about the warrior. He wondered about the battles she had faced, the skill she must possess, and why someone so extraordinary had entered his simple workshop. One thing was clear. This was only the beginning of a story far bigger than him, far bigger than the colony, and far beyond anything he had ever imagined. Alex knew he had met someone remarkable. He did not yet know she was the Queen's daughter, and he certainly did not know how much their lives would become connected. But as he set his tools down and looked at the empty doorway, he made a silent promise to himself. If she returned, he would be ready. The colony buzzed with activity as the annual cultural festival approached. Bright banners decorated the streets, and the scent of food from vendors filled the air. Music and laughter echoed through the central square. People from different planets gathered to celebrate, to trade, and to honor the traditions of their new home. Alex walked through the busy streets, carrying a small toolkit for routine repairs he had been called to do at the festival. His mind, however, was elsewhere. He could not stop thinking about the young warrior who had visited his workshop a week ago. Her silver hair, golden skin, and piercing eyes were etched into his memory. Every time he saw someone in the crowd wearing armor, he instinctively checked to see if it was hers. He shook his head. "Focus on the repairs," he muttered. "It's just a festival. Nothing to worry about." But as he turned a corner near the main stage, he froze. There she was. The young warrior walked among the crowd, not trying to hide, yet standing out effortlessly. Her armor had been replaced with ceremonial attire, beautifully crafted robes with intricate patterns that shimmered softly in the sunlight. She moved with a grace that caught the eyes of everyone around her, yet her presence carried authority. People stepped aside respectfully, whispering to each other. Alex's heart raced. He had not expected to see her here. He followed cautiously, trying not to be noticed. He had repaired her armor before, but seeing her now, in full ceremonial dress, made him realize she was far more than a visitor. He overheard whispers as he walked. "That's the Queen's daughter, isn't it?" One colonist said. "Yes," another replied. "She's here to inspect the defenses and ensure the colony is ready for anything." No one knows exactly why she came. Alex's jaw dropped. The warrior he had helped was royalty. He had unknowingly worked on the armor of a princess. The thought made his stomach twist with both excitement and nervousness. He continued to follow at a distance, careful not to draw attention. The young warrior moved confidently through the crowd, observing soldiers, inspecting equipment, and quietly asking questions. She stopped occasionally to talk with colonists, listening to their concerns but never revealing her true purpose. Alex noticed how she treated everyone with respect, even when she clearly outranked them. Suddenly, the young warrior paused near a small demonstration area where local engineers were showing new defensive tools. She frowned slightly, her eyes narrowing. Alex, curious, stepped closer to see what had caught her attention. A malfunctioning drone hovered in the air, sparks flying from its circuits. The engineer controlling it struggled to regain control, but the machine wobbled dangerously. Before anyone could react, the young warrior reached out, placing her hands near the controls. The sparks dissipated and the drone stabilized. Alex's jaw dropped. She had repaired it with a combination of skill and instinct, almost like she understood the machinery better than the humans did. "Incredible," he whispered to himself. As the crowd applauded, the young warrior turned and looked directly at him. For a moment, their eyes met. Alex felt a shock run through him. She was aware of him, watching, and yet she smiled faintly, just enough to acknowledge him without drawing attention. He swallowed hard and took a step back, blending into the crowd. He knew he had been recognized. Later, the festival's main event began, a ceremonial parade of both humans and aliens demonstrating their strength, skill, and traditions. Soldiers in shining armor marched alongside performers in elaborate costumes. Alex found a spot near the edge, watching closely. His eyes kept searching for the young warrior. She appeared on the parade platform, standing tall and proud. Her presence commanded attention. Alex noticed that even among her people, who were trained and disciplined, she seemed extraordinary. She lifted her hand, signaling the start of the parade. As the parade progressed, a minor incident occurred. A young performer stumbled, losing control of a small hover platform. The platform spun dangerously close to the crowd. Without hesitation, the young warrior moved forward, her reflexes faster than anyone could anticipate. She caught the performer safely and set the platform down. The crowd gasped and then erupted in cheers. Alex felt a mix of admiration and awe. She was not just skilled in combat. She had courage, quick thinking, and a sense of responsibility that went beyond her rank. After the parade, she left the platform and moved toward a quieter area behind the festival stage. Alex, curious and concerned, followed at a respectful distance. She seemed lost in thought, adjusting the folds of her ceremonial robes. Alex hesitated for a moment before speaking. "Princess," he said softly. She looked up sharply, her silver eyes meeting his. "Human engineer," she replied, her voice calm. "You should not be here. I wanted to make sure you were okay," Alex said. "The crowd, it can be dangerous." She studied him carefully, her expression unreadable. Then unexpectedly she nodded. "I appreciate your concern. Few would follow without permission." Alex felt a small sense of pride. "I only want to help," he said. She tilted her head slightly as if considering him. "You are different from the others. Humans. You think in ways we do not. That is why I trusted you with my armor. Your skill is rare, but your judgment is rarer." Alex felt a flush of warmth at her words. He had never thought of himself as extraordinary, just skilled and careful. To hear that someone like her trusted him was almost overwhelming. "I'm honored," he said quietly. She smiled faintly. It was a small gesture, but it felt personal, genuine. "Perhaps. In time you will see how important your work can be," she said. Then after a pause she added, "Come with me. There is something I wish to show you." Alex followed her through a series of quiet alleys behind the festival grounds. The sounds of music and laughter faded as they approached a small courtyard, empty except for a single, unusual device in the center. It looked like a mix between a scanner and a shield generator, with glowing panels and intricate mechanisms. "This is part of the colony's defense system," she explained. "It is experimental. Few understand its workings. I need someone who can think differently, someone who can repair or improve it if it fails." Alex approached the device, examining its components. "I've seen tech like this before," he said cautiously, "but never with these energy flows. It's complicated." She watched him closely. "It is. That is why I came to you, humans. You have a way of seeing solutions where others see problems." Alex felt a mix of pride and pressure. The responsibility was immense. He realized that this simple repair job had turned into something far larger. If the device failed, it could put the colony at risk. And yet he felt a strange confidence. He had fixed impossible armor. Perhaps he could understand this too. Hours passed as he examined and adjusted the system under her watchful eyes. The young warrior asked questions not about the mechanics but about his thought process, how he approached problems. Alex explained step by step, showing how he tested small components, rerouted energy flows, and adjusted calibrations. By evening, the device was functioning more efficiently than ever. The warrior stepped back, her eyes reflecting approval. "You have exceeded my expectations," she said. "Few could accomplish this so quickly." Alex felt a deep sense of satisfaction. "It's what I do," he said simply. She nodded, then glanced around the courtyard, ensuring no one had observed them. "You may not realize it yet, human, but your work today has protected many lives. Your decisions matter more than you think." Alex swallowed, understanding the weight of her words. He had come to this colony to repair machines, to survive and make a living. Now he realized he was part of something much bigger, a story of courage, skill, and trust between humans and the warriors of another world. As she prepared to leave, she paused and looked at him. "You may see me again," she said softly. "And when you do, remember today, your talent is rare. Do not waste it." Then she turned and disappeared into the evening crowd, leaving Alex standing alone in the quiet courtyard. The sounds of the festival returned, distant and joyful, but Alex felt changed. He had seen her in a new light, not just as a warrior, but as someone with purpose, responsibility, and courage beyond measure. That night, Alex returned to his workshop, his mind alive with thoughts of the warrior and the device he had repaired. He realized that life on this colony was no longer ordinary. Every decision, every repair, and every act of skill could have consequences far beyond what he had imagined. And somewhere, beyond the bright lights and festive music, the Queen's daughter watched the colony, knowing that she had found someone she could trust, someone who might change the fate of many, not just with strength, but with human ingenuity. Alex did not yet know the full truth, that the warrior he had repaired armor for was the daughter of the Queen, a person of immense influence and power. He only knew that their paths were now linked, and that future challenges would test not only his skills, but also his courage, intelligence, and heart. For the first time, Alex understood that a single encounter, fixing a broken piece of armor, could change the course of his life forever. The following morning, Alex arrived at his workshop earlier than usual. He was still thinking about the Queen's daughter and the unexpected responsibility she had placed on him. Repairing her ceremonial armor and the defense device had been more than just work. It had been an experience that challenged his skills in ways he had never imagined, yet he could not shake the feeling that it was only the beginning. He was adjusting the calibration on a small drone when the workshop door hissed open. Alex looked up, and there she was again, the young warrior. Her silver hair gleamed softly in the morning light, and her ceremonial robes were replaced with lighter armor, designed for mobility rather than display. She moved with the same calm confidence, but this time, there was a sense of urgency in her steps. "You are early," Alex said, trying to sound casual, though his heart raced. "I could not wait," she replied simply. "There is something I need you to fix." "In private?" Alex's curiosity piqued. "Private? What do you mean?" She stepped closer, lowering her voice. "The armor you repaired last week. It is not ordinary armor. It contains mechanisms and protections that must remain secret. If others see it, or if it is tampered with incorrectly, the consequences could be severe." Alex nodded, understanding the weight of her words. "I understand. I'll help." She gestured for him to follow. Together they moved to the back of the workshop where the sunlight barely reached. She carefully removed her gauntlets and chest plate, placing them on a reinforced table. Alex studied them again, marveling at the intricate design. "This armor is incredible," he said quietly. "I thought I had seen everything last time, but there is so much more hidden inside." She nodded. "Yes, the armor is more than protection. It contains data about my people, defensive enhancements, and sensors that only a trained user can interpret. Few can repair it without understanding the systems, and even fewer can improve it. That is why I came to you." Alex felt a mix of excitement and pressure. He had repaired her armor before, but now he realized that mistakes could have serious consequences. He rolled up his sleeves and examined the pieces carefully, noting tiny conduits that channeled energy throughout the suite. "I can fix it," he said, "but I want to make sure it functions even better than before." She tilted her head slightly as if considering him. "Improvement is allowed, but only if it does not compromise the core functions." Alex smiled. "I can do that." For the next several hours, Alex worked meticulously. He replaced worn conduits, strengthened the armor plates, and adjusted the energy channels to improve mobility without reducing protection. The warrior watched closely, occasionally offering advice on alignment or balance. Her knowledge of the suit was impressive, but she trusted Alex's hands and judgment. As he worked, he realized the armor contained information he had never seen in human technology. Tiny embedded symbols acted like a map, showing energy flow and defensive sequences. Alex carefully decoded them, understanding that this was not just armor. It was a combination of engineering, art, and strategic design. "You are quick to learn," she observed. "Most humans would be overwhelmed." Alex chuckled softly. "I just like figuring things out. I've repaired machines for years." "I enjoy challenges," she nodded slowly. "Curiosity and patience. Both are valuable. That is why you are here." Hours passed, and the workshop was filled with the quiet sounds of tools, the hum of machinery, and the soft scraping of metal. Occasionally, the young warrior would move her hands over the armor, checking the balance or adjusting straps. Alex noticed small details he had missed before: the way the armor flexed at the joints, the precise placement of energy conduits, and the delicate layering that allowed movement without sacrificing protection. Finally, Alex stepped back, wiping sweat from his forehead. "It's done," he said. The warrior approached the table and ran her hands over the repaired armor. She tested the movement, flexing her arms and shoulders. Everything clicked perfectly, as if the armor had been born this way. A faint smile appeared on her lips. "You have done well," she said. "Better than I expected. You have improved the suit without altering its essence. That is rare." Alex felt a rush of pride. "Thank you. I just did what I could." She looked at him intently. "You have more than skill. You have patience, judgment, and creativity. That is what sets humans apart. Your mind works differently, and that is valuable." Alex felt a strange warmth at her words. He had always thought of himself as just a human engineer, nothing extraordinary. Yet standing here with the Queen's daughter, he realized that his talents mattered in ways he had never imagined. I appreciate your trust," he said quietly. She nodded, her expression serious. "Trust is earned, human. You have earned mine." They paused, the room quiet except for the hum of the repaired armor and the faint clinking of tools. Alex realized that in the middle of this small workshop a bond had formed, one of respect, trust, and mutual understanding. Then the warrior spoke again. "There is more you should know. I am not just any soldier. I am the daughter of the Queen. My presence here is secret. If others discover this, it could create problems for the colony and for my family." Alex felt his breath catch. He had suspected she was important, but the truth was even greater than he imagined. He nodded slowly. "I understand. I will not speak of this to anyone." She gave a small nod of approval. "Good. Your discretion is as valuable as your skill." For the next few days, Alex continued working on smaller enhancements to the armor. He improved energy distribution, reinforced vulnerable points, and even suggested minor adjustments that increased flexibility. The warrior observed, learning from his approach while guiding him on what could not be changed. Their cooperation was seamless, a blend of human creativity and alien knowledge. During these hours, Alex learned more about her. She shared stories of her training, of battles she had faced, and of her mission to protect the colony. She did not reveal everything, only enough to show her dedication and courage. Alex listened, fascinated. Her strength was not just physical, It was intelligence, strategy, and compassion. "You are different from most humans I have met," she said one afternoon. "You do not rush, you do not fear failure, and you see patterns others cannot. That is why I trusted you with my armor." Alex smiled faintly. "I just do my best. I like figuring things out. Maybe that helps." She regarded him thoughtfully. "It helps more than you realize. Perhaps humans are more capable than many believe." As the days passed, their respect and understanding grew. Alex became confident in his abilities, knowing that the warrior trusted him with matters far beyond his experience. The young princess in turn began to value his insights, seeing that his human perspective offered solutions she would not have considered. One evening, as the sun set over the colony, painting the sky with shades of orange and purple, the warrior removed her armor and sat quietly in the workshop. Alex sat across from her, cleaning his tools. "You have changed my perspective, human," she said softly. "Your skill and your mind, they are rare. Few of my people would think as you do. Most would see only rules and structure. You see possibilities." Alex looked at her, feeling both humbled and honored. "I never thought of myself as special. I just like to solve problems." She nodded, her silver eyes reflecting the fading light. "Sometimes solving problems is the most powerful skill of all." They sat in silence for a moment, the quiet broken only by the soft hum of the workshop. Alex realized that his life had shifted in a way he had never expected. A simple repair job had turned into an experience that challenged him, taught him, and connected him to someone extraordinary. I hope I can continue to help," Alex said finally. "You will," she replied. "This is only the beginning. There will be challenges ahead, and your skills, judgment, and courage will be needed. Remember what you have learned here. You may be called upon again." Alex nodded, understanding the unspoken meaning. His life was no longer ordinary. His work, his skills, and his human ingenuity were now part of a larger story, one that involved trust, courage, and responsibilities far beyond anything he had imagined. As the evening deepened, the young warrior stood, adjusted her robes, and prepared to leave. She turned to Alex once more. "You have done well. Few humans could earn my trust. Remember this and be ready for what comes next." With that, she left the workshop, disappearing into the quiet streets of the colony. Alex watched her go, a mix of pride, anticipation, and curiosity stirring within him. He knew one thing for certain. His life had changed forever. He had discovered a connection with someone extraordinary, someone whose trust and respect meant more than any reward or recognition he had ever received. And he understood that the challenges ahead would test not only his skill as an engineer but also his courage, judgment, and heart. The Queen's daughter had chosen him to repair her armor and to share a part of her secret world. Alex realized that humans were capable of more than he had ever imagined, and that his ingenuity and determination could make a difference in ways that reached far beyond the workshop. And so, as the stars began to shine above the colony, Alex cleaned his tools, organized his workbench, and prepared himself. The adventure with the warrior princess was far from over, and he knew that his human ingenuity would soon be tested in ways he had never anticipated. The colony had grown quiet that morning. Soldiers patrolled the streets, traders set up their stalls, and children played near the central square. Alex had returned to his workshop early, checking his tools and reviewing plans for minor repairs. The memory of repairing the Queen's daughter's armor still lingered in his mind, a mix of pride and anticipation. He had learned so much from her, and the thought of helping her again filled him with purpose. Suddenly, alarms rang out across the colony. Red lights flashed, and the deep hum of the defense system activated. Alex froze. He had never heard the alarm like this before. Something was wrong. Very wrong. He rushed outside and saw people running in panic. Soldiers were rushing toward the outer perimeter, their weapons ready. Above the colony, dark shapes moved through the sky, ships of raiders faster and more numerous than any the colony had faced before. Alex's heart pounded. He knew he had to act quickly. He ran toward the command center, where communications were already alive with messages and warnings. He arrived to see the young warrior, fully armored, standing at the center, directing soldiers with calm authority. Her presence was commanding, yet she moved with speed and precision, issuing orders, checking defenses, and assessing the enemy's approach. Alex approached cautiously. "What's happening?" he asked, trying to keep his voice steady. "They are raiders," she said sharply. They have more ships than expected. If we do not act quickly, the colony will fall. I need your help, human. The defenses will need adjustments during the battle. Alex felt the weight of responsibility. He had repaired her armor, worked on experimental devices, and helped her understand the mechanics of her equipment. Now he had to use his skills in real time, under pressure, while the lives of many depended on him. I'll do whatever I can, he said, moving toward the control panels. The young warrior nodded, her eyes focused on the approaching raiders. We must combine strength and strategy. You will adjust the defenses as we fight. Do not hesitate. Alex worked quickly, rerouting power to the shields, enhancing sensor networks, and adjusting energy flow to turrets along the colony walls. He could hear the raider ships approaching, their engines a distant roar. Every action had to be precise. A small mistake could cost lives. Meanwhile, the young warrior led soldiers to strategic positions. She moved gracefully, striking down anyone who tried to breach the outer gates. Her armor, improved by Alex, gave her speed, strength, and agility beyond what most warriors could manage. Alex watched her in awe. He had seen her skill before, but seeing it in battle in life-or-death circumstances was entirely different. A group of raiders broke through a perimeter gate. Alex quickly adjusted energy shields, diverting power to repel them. The young warrior intercepted the intruders, her sword flashing as it moved with precision. Each strike was calculated, efficient, and deadly. Alex, she called. The north turret is offline. Can you fix it? He ran to the control panel and assessed the problem. The energy conduit had been damaged by enemy fire. Alex rerouted power through a secondary channel, restoring functionality in seconds. The turret came alive, firing automatically at the raider ships, forcing them to change direction. The battle raged on. Ships swooped down, firing energy beams that struck walls and buildings. Soldiers ran to defend civilians, and the young warrior moved between them, guiding, defending, and inspiring courage. Alex's hands flew over the panels, repairing damaged systems, boosting shields, and recalibrating defensive weapons. At one point, a raider ship breached the main gate. Alex's heart raced. He quickly adjusted the energy shields, but the armor of the soldiers at the gate was no match for the raiders' weapons. The young warrior stepped forward, her enhanced armor gleaming, and blocked the enemy's path. With precise movements, she disabled the ship's targeting system and sent it crashing into a nearby field, preventing further damage. Alex felt a mix of fear and admiration. He had never seen such bravery. Every action the warrior took saved lives, and every adjustment he made kept the colony's defenses alive. Together they were a team, a combination of human ingenuity and alien skill that worked seamlessly. Hours passed like minutes. The sun climbed high and the raiders continued their relentless attack. Alex's arms ached from working the control panels, but he did not stop. He had to keep the shields online, the turrets functioning, and the defensive barriers strong. At one point, the young warrior approached him. Alex, we need more power to the east wall. The raiders are concentrating their fire there. He nodded. I've got it. He rerouted energy through multiple channels, carefully balancing the load so that no system would fail. The east wall glowed as the shield strengthened, deflecting the enemy attacks. The warrior smiled faintly. Well done, she said. Your quick thinking has saved many lives today. Alex felt a surge of pride. We're a team, he said, smiling back. The raiders, realizing their advantage was slipping, launched a coordinated attack on the central plaza. Alex quickly recalculated energy distribution, diverting power to protect the civilians. Soldiers followed the young warrior's lead, holding the line while civilians were moved to safety. The young warrior fought like a whirlwind, her armor enhanced by Alex's modifications. She moved with precision, deflecting attacks, countering strikes, and guiding her team. Alex monitored the systems, ensuring that every shield, turret, and barrier functioned optimally. Suddenly, a group of raiders attempted to infiltrate the control center. Alex froze for a moment. If they reached him, the entire defense system could collapse. Without hesitation, the young warrior intercepted them. Her movements were swift and exact. In a matter of seconds, the intruders were incapacitated, and the control center remained secure. Alex exhaled deeply. Thank you, he said, wiping sweat from his brow. She nodded. Your work has made this possible. Never doubt your abilities, human. You are as important here as any warrior. By late afternoon, the raiders began to retreat. Their ships were damaged and their forces had suffered significant losses. The colony had held largely due to the combination of Alex's technical skills and the young warrior's combat prowess. The young warrior turned to Alex, her expression serious but relieved. "We have survived this attack," she said. "But we must remain vigilant. There may be more challenges ahead." Alex nodded, exhausted but satisfied. "I'll be ready. Whatever comes next, I'll do my best." She studied him for a moment, then smiled faintly. "I know you will. You have proven that humans can be more than expected. Your ingenuity, courage, and dedication have made a difference today." Alex felt a deep sense of accomplishment. He had faced a challenge unlike any other in his life. Not only had he repaired armor and devices, but he had also helped defend an entire colony. And he had done so alongside someone extraordinary, the Queen's daughter herself. As the sun set, painting the sky with hues of orange and purple, the young warrior removed her helmet and turned to Alex. "Today you have earned my trust beyond repair work. You have shown courage, skill, and quick thinking under pressure. Few could have done what you did." Alex felt humbled. "Thank you, I did what I could." She nodded, her eyes reflecting the fading light. "Your best is enough. Remember this day. It is not only a victory for the colony, but a demonstration that humans can rise to challenges others might think impossible." The colony began to settle after the attack. Soldiers patrolled cautiously, civilians returned to their homes, and repairs to damaged buildings were underway. Alex returned to his workshop, exhausted but with a sense of pride unlike any he had known before. He thought about the young warrior, her calm authority, her skill, and her trust in him. He realized that their bond had grown stronger through the trials of the battle. Together, human ingenuity and alien prowess had saved the colony. As night fell, Alex cleaned his tools and organized his workspace. He could hear distant conversations, laughter, and the soft sounds of repair work continuing throughout the colony. The day had been long, challenging, and dangerous, but it had also been a testament to what humans and their allies could achieve when they worked together. Alex knew one thing clearly. This was only the beginning. Challenges would come again, perhaps even greater than today, but he also knew that with skill, courage, and trust, humans could rise to meet them, and he would stand ready not just as an engineer, but as someone who had proven that ingenuity and determination could change the course of events, even in the face of overwhelming odds. The Queen's daughter had trusted him, and he had not failed. Together, they had defended the colony, showing that human creativity and courage could make a difference on a galactic scale. And somewhere, in the quiet streets of the colony, Alex understood that the story was far from over. The bond between human and princess had been forged in the heat of battle, and the adventures to come would test both their skill and their trust. For Alex, one thing was certain. His life had changed forever, and he was ready for whatever came next. The colony had recovered from the raid, and life slowly returned to normal. Soldiers patrolled the streets, vendors set up their stalls, and children played near the central square once more. Alex walked through the streets, still feeling the weight of the past few days. The battle had tested him in ways he had never imagined, but it had also shown him the value of his skills, courage, and quick thinking. He reached his workshop and began tidying his tools. Though exhausted, his mind was alive with thoughts of the young warrior. The Queen's daughter had trusted him in critical moments, and he had not failed. The memory of her calm authority and precise actions in battle stayed with him, inspiring him to improve his skills even further. A soft knock at the workshop door pulled him from his thoughts. He opened it to find the young warrior standing there, her armor polished and ceremonial robes at her side. She smiled faintly. "Human engineer," she said. "May I come in?" Alex stepped aside. "Of course. What brings you here?" She entered and looked around the workshop. "I came to see you, and to thank you properly. Your work, your courage, and your judgment saved the colony. You have done more than repair armor or machinery. You have proven that humans can rise to challenges others might think impossible." Alex felt a flush of pride. "I just did what I could." "I had help from you," she shook her head. "Your contribution was vital. Without your quick thinking and skill, the outcome might have been very different. Today the Queen herself wishes to meet you." Alex's eyes widened. The Queen. He had never expected to meet her. He nodded slowly. "I'll go." They left the workshop and walked toward the palace, a grand structure at the heart of the colony. Soldiers and citizens alike paused to watch as the young warrior led him through the gates. The queen awaited in the throne room, regal and imposing. Her eyes, sharp and observant, fell on Alex immediately. "You are the human engineer?" the queen asked, her voice commanding. Alex bowed respectfully. "Yes, your majesty. I'm Alex. I only did my best to help." The queen studied him carefully. "Your best was extraordinary. Your ingenuity, courage, and quick thinking during the raid saved many lives. My daughter spoke highly of your skills and your judgment." Alex felt both nervous and honored. "Thank you, your majesty. I am grateful for the trust placed in me." The queen nodded. "You have shown that humans are capable of great deeds. Many of my people doubted your kind, thinking humans were fragile or limited. You have proven otherwise. Today, you have demonstrated the strength of ingenuity, courage, and determination." Alex felt a deep sense of pride. He had always believed in his skills, but to hear it acknowledged by the queen herself was beyond anything he had imagined. "My daughter has spoken highly of you," the queen continued, turning to the young warrior. "She trusts you and I trust her judgment. You will be recognized as an official protector of the colony." Alex blinked. "Official? Protector?" "Yes," the queen said. "You will assist in matters where your expertise is needed, both in engineering and in defense strategy. Your skills are valuable not just to my daughter but to the colony as a whole." The young warrior smiled at him. "You have earned this, Alex. Not just for what you did during the raid, but for your dedication, patience, and courage. You are part of our story now." Alex felt a mix of pride and responsibility. "I will do my best always," he said. The queen studied him for a moment, then nodded. "Good. Humans are rare in their ability to combine creativity with courage. You embody that combination, and the colony will benefit from your talents. Remember, Alex, even small actions can have great impact. Your ingenuity and determination can change the course of events." Alex felt the weight of her words. He had always thought of himself as an ordinary engineer, but now he realized that his actions truly mattered. He had repaired armor, saved lives, and earned the trust of a princess and a queen. His skills and courage had made a real difference. After the meeting with the queen, Alex returned to the young warrior. She walked beside him silently for a while, then spoke softly. "You have changed my perspective on humans. Many of my people doubted your kind, yet you have shown wisdom, courage, and skill beyond expectation. I am proud to call you an ally." Alex smiled. "I could not have done it without your guidance. You showed me how to apply my skills in ways I never imagined." She nodded. "True strength is not just in combat or technology. It is in judgment, courage, and the willingness to act when it matters most. You have all of these qualities." They reached the outskirts of the palace where the colony's soldiers gathered. The young warrior turned to them. "This human engineer has proven himself. He saved the colony and assisted in defending our people. Let it be known that he is recognized as a protector of this colony." The soldiers bowed and saluted Alex, their respect evident. Alex felt a mixture of pride and humility. He had never imagined that his work would be acknowledged in such a way. Later, as the sun set over the colony, Alex and the young warrior stood together on a high balcony overlooking the city. The streets were filled with peaceful activity, a stark contrast to the chaos of the raid. "You have done well," she said softly. "Your actions have changed perceptions and saved lives. The colony owes you much, Alex." Alex looked at the horizon, feeling a sense of fulfillment. "I never imagined my work could make such a difference. I always thought I was just repairing machines, but now, I see that every action matters." She smiled faintly. "Indeed, and this is only the beginning. There will be future challenges, and your skills will be needed. But I have faith in you." Alex felt a surge of determination. "I'll be ready. Whatever comes next, I will do my best." The young warrior placed a hand lightly on his shoulder. "I know you will. You have proven yourself not just as an engineer, but as someone who can rise to challenges others might fear. Humans are remarkable, Alex, never forget that." As the stars began to shine above the colony, Alex realized how much his life had changed. From a simple engineer repairing armor, he had become a key part of the colony's defense and future. He had earned the trust of a princess, the respect of a queen, and the admiration of those he had protected. The young warrior turned and walked back toward the palace. Alex watched her go, feeling a deep sense of connection and respect. He knew that their paths would cross again, and that together humans and warriors could achieve extraordinary things. Alex returned to his workshop that night, organizing tools and reviewing his notes. He understood that his work was no longer just about machines. It was about people, strategy, and courage. Every repair, every decision, and every act of ingenuity could have consequences far beyond what he had imagined. He thought about the Queen's words and the young warrior's trust. He realized that humans were capable of more than they or others might think. Ingenuity, courage, and determination could change the course of events, save lives, and even protect entire colonies. For the first time, Alex felt a deep sense of pride in being human. His skills, patience, and courage had made a difference. His actions had proven that humans could rise to challenges that seemed impossible, and that even one person could have a profound impact on the world around them. As the night deepened and the colony slept peacefully, Alex stood at the balcony of his workshop looking at the stars. He felt ready for whatever challenges the future might bring. The young warrior, the Queen, and the colony had trusted him, and he would not fail them. His life had changed forever. From repairing armor to defending a colony, he had proven that humans could be courageous, ingenious, and powerful in ways that others might never expect, and so Alex prepared for the future, knowing that with skill, courage, and determination, humans could face any challenge, protect those who could not protect themselves, and rise to greatness. The Queen's daughter had trusted him, the colony had benefited from his ingenuity, and humanity had shown its worth once more. Alex knew that this was only the beginning of a journey filled with challenges, discoveries, and remarkable achievements. He smiled to himself, feeling a deep sense of purpose. Humans could do extraordinary things, and he was living proof.